riled up about, oh, hi. Hi, Sophie. Hi, Jackie. I'm feeling really riled up about today's session because we're going to do a bit of a practice and we're going to really ground into the feeling of our quantum leap. We're really going to ground into who we need to become to manifest our desires. Alvaro, I miss you too. Hey, darling. So many beautiful people on already. Hi, Rach. I'm feeling really good. Oh, my hair's a little bit wild. I'm really good. I'm very excited about today. I'm very excited to speak to today's topic. I'm very excited to celebrate. I think we've got 3 new people heading into my world, whether that's certification or the School of IH. So I'm feeling very, very lit up. Hi, Sophie, darling. Okay. So guys, we've got 30 minutes. And I really like to use time effectively. Thank you, Rachel. I really love to use time effectively. So we're gonna do a practice. We're gonna do an alignment practice. This is something that I actually do most mornings. I was asked in Integrative Healers, the free group that I've got, like, what are my morning and evening routines? The truth is my routines change, but there are things that don't change, things that I really, really continue practicing because I know that they make a difference between whether I get results or whether I don't get results. And actually what I'm going to guide you through today is one of those things. This is something that I do in the morning. Actually, before I come to work, I'm a firm believer that depending on the energy we bring to our working day, depends on, it really changes the results we get, even if we are doing the same things, okay? And actually, energetics, when we fully understand energetics, explains why 7 people could do the same strategy and get very, very different results. So energetics are super, super duper important. Hello, Em. I feel like Em always appears, disappears. We're going to do a practice, baby. And what we're going to do is we're really going to focus on, when we look at this kind of science of quantum leaping, one of the really, really big things is sometimes we can over focus on the middle, and the middle feels chaotic and messy. Very often, because we are literally changing frequency, because we are literally changing reality, there has to be a death and a rebirth, right? And what really supports us whilst we're going through the messy middle, which is fine, we're not making the messy middle wrong, right? What really, really supports us is being able to anchor into that long-term vision, right? That having that long-term goal, and that's what we're going to do today. And actually, I was just having a conversation with Sophie about specific and non-specific manifestors. I'm not going to go into it too much today, but I think this is really interesting to speak to. When we do this exercise, I also kind of want to really note that a lot of you guys know I talk about human design a lot. Some of you guys might know human design deeper than others. If you are aware of human design, this is really great to take into consideration. If you aren't aware, this is an invitation to go explore this post live. But in human design, we have what's called specific and non-specific manifestors. I am a non-specific manifestor. Specific manifestors manifest really well from like knowing the exact thing that they want to create, and actually the more detail that they have, the more likely the manifestation is to come towards them. Non-specific manifestors are people that manifest through feeling. They can get really, really clear on the feeling in the vision, right? And it's less about like, I was kind of explaining prior, when I did manifest this house, I didn't know how many rooms it was going to have, and I didn't know what exactly it was going to look like and the specific decoration. All I knew is that it had a pool and there was lots of light and it was spacious, and the house created a feeling for me. My anchor point, right, was a feeling that I had whilst I was in the house. And actually when I came to the house and I stepped in, I was like, fuck. This is it. This is the feeling. Like I actually didn't know exactly what it was, but I knew that it was this feeling, right? Now, sometimes when we find out that we're non-specific in human design, that can become a limiting belief. We can get confused and overcorrect and think that it means that we can't manifest, and it means that the exercises that I present in manifestation won't work for us, and that's not true. It just means that you're going to do it slightly differently. So when I talk about anchoring in to an end goal, for those of you that are specific manifestors, and you'll feel this, for those of you that get really, really excited by detail, right? When you think about end goal, I want you to think about the specific things, the details, what exactly you want to bring in. For those of you that are non-specific, we can still have an end goal, we're just going to be a bit more vague. It might be a feeling, right? It might be a hazy sensation, right? But you can still have an end goal. You can still have a point that you're leaping to, right? Even if sometimes for us, when we're quantum leaping, the leap that we're going to is, how can it get better than this? For some people that's enough, and that tends to be our non-specific peeps, okay? So taking that into consideration, whether you're going to get specific or non-specific, let's start dropping this in the chat. Where are you quantum leaping to, right? Where are you quantum leaping to? What is the vision? And actually, as you guys throw that in the chat, I'm going to share a little bit about my greater vision. I share this kind of in my containers with my clients. A really big thing for me in my greater vision, something that I anchor into. There's a couple of pieces that I know are my soul's path, my soul's journey. Including in that is books that I'm so excited to tell you about. But more so than that, my greater vision is like wealth and healing transgenerationally. So it's not just for me, it's for the children that come after me. A really big part of my vision is not just wealth for me and my partner, it's wealth for me and my partner and our children, and this beautiful comprehensive lifestyle that I want to build, this feeling of freedom and spaciousness and love and purpose and all the things for me and my family and actually the world. So where are you guys anchoring into? Where do you guys want to go? Where's the quantum leap? I would love to read you in the chat. And actually what I find personally helps, and I wasn't going to speak to this, is when the vision is really, really big and it's really, really like from the depth of your soul. Hello Natalie, Faye, lots of beautiful people. Where are we quantum leaping to? Where do you want to go? Okay, beautiful. So we've got here, hi darling, I would like to go from 0 to 100k in savings, and I was wondering if I need to break this down into smaller goals on the way. I went from 0 to 100k. So here's the thing with it. It's like that there aren't rules. It's less the number and it's more, can you accept that as a possibility? Can you accept that in consciousness? Because from the energetic plane, there's no difference between 0, 100k, 10 million, 200 million. The difference is whether we accept it in consciousness. So I don't think you need smaller goals, but you can have them if it feels more ascertainable, is what I would say. Anyone else? But I love that. So let's just take 100k. Anyone else? Do we have financial goals? Do we have purpose goals? Do we have feeling goals? Do we have impact goals? I love impact goals. when we talk about courage, when your vision is to impact lives and to create beautiful things in the planet before we go, it's a lot easier to tap into courage. Okay, beautiful. Okay, Natalie says, I've literally just paid for my health coach certification to combine with my life coaching and dance masters. I love that you're doing life coaching and dance together. That feels like a very unique blend to you, and it's so beautiful. So that can help people holistically heal. I'm going to go global with my message. Yes, okay, going global with your message, beautiful. Align with Mother Nature and the universe. Yes, I can accept it. Beautiful. Landing in the vision of being seen and loved. Oh, I love this. By a very big audience. Okay, these are, hearing you. For showing up as my most authentic self. Can't figure out the specifics yet, though. All good. All good, baby. This is enough. Okay? Now, this is what we're going to do. And this is what I want you to know. Because this is where lots of people get confused. The goal is not about the goal. You're going to be like, now you've lost me. All you do is talk about goals. All you do is talk about manifestation. All you do is talk about quantum leaping. What do you mean the goal is not about the goal? The goal is not about the goal. The goal is about who you become as you go towards the goal. Right? So 100K, get my message out there on a global level. Being authentic regardless of other people's opinions, or just being authentic. These are all phenomenal goals, and yet it's not about this. It's about when we set this as a goal, we're going to become a whole new person. And all the lessons and the growth on the way, that's what we really want. So many of us get so fixated on the goal that we don't allow ourselves to have happiness until we have the goal. That's not the idea. So before we go into this exercise today, I want you to understand that the goal is simply to stretch you from your current reality. It's simply to, who will I become as I go for this, right? This is not a case of I'm a successful person if I get it and I'm a failure if I don't. This is a journey that we're embarking on. Okay, so we really need to start from this premise, because if not, goal setting and goal attainment can become rather just rather sadist, you know? So let's start from this place. I think the biggest quantum leap for me right now is quitting my full-time job with little or no savings, putting myself out there to start working with clients and showing up authentically. Right, so pages share there is beautiful, so you guys can get this. The quantum leap isn't quitting the full-time job. Quitting the full-time job is part of the messy middle. Because when we're talking about the quantum leap, we're talking about ends. Where are we jumping to? Do you remember that quote, right? When you take a jump, you only focus on where you're going to land, not like in the middle. Because if not, if you're jumping and you're looking in the middle, and you're probably going to fall, right? So the quantum leap there is working with clients, having clients, showing up authentically. Okay, I like the fact that this is a vibe today. Showing up authentically. Okay, that's the quantum leap. The quitting the full-time job is the means. It's not the it might offset the quantum leap, but it's not the ends that we want to be anchoring into. Oh my goodness, yes, wow, yes. Okay, beautiful. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take the 100K just as one of the examples so we can really start to compute this. I think I've done this exercise with people on the free events, but I talk so often that I literally can't remember what I've said when, and everything that I do is channeled. So like once I've talked and shared, I'm like, I don't know what I shared with you guys. And then I get like really lovely messages and I'm like, well, it was good. So, and it spoke to people. Because I actually just fully trust in what needs to be shared in this space will be, right? And I actually believe this is a co-creation energetically between us all. So let's say we're doing 100K. That's where we're jumping to, okay? That's where we want to go. That's the end point, 100K. So our job now to quantum leap, when we start talking about energetic mechanics, these are your energetic mechanics, we need to start coming into alignment, right, with that end goal. That's our work. That's what we want to be doing every single day. We want to start coming into alignment in thought, in feeling, and in doing, okay? All three. So if we've got 100K and we're specific about it and we know that it's 100K, you want to be asking yourself, and this is the exercise that we're going to do, what thoughts would I be having if I had 100K in my bank account? So the thoughts would probably be something like, and if you're non-specific, you can use the feeling of wealth, right? And work with that. And you just work with what thoughts would I be having if I was wealthy beyond my wildest dreams, right? So that's the two versions, depending on what you are in human design. So we've got the 100K, and I'm just using this so it can be concrete for you guys. And actually drop this into Amanda. Hello, darling. Amanda's a client. Dropping it into the chat. What thoughts would you be having if you had 100K in savings in your bank account, or if you were experiencing wealth beyond your wildest dreams? What kind of thoughts would you be having? Let's hear them. Oh, it's so lovely to have so many beautiful faces here. Honestly, teaching and chatting to you guys is literally, it's like my fave. Safety, okay. So the feeling is safety, exactly. Beautiful. What would be the words in your mind that create safety? Thought creates feeling. Thought creates feeling. I'm so safe and taken care of. How can I serve others and live more in joy? Yes, beautiful. Higher, I'd feel calm and centered. Beautiful. So these are feelings, and we just want to start practicing separating, because as humans, we've never been taught to separate thought and feeling. This is a lot of the work that I do with people, separating thought and feeling, because I'm not going to get into the specifics of it, but that's a whole thing. Yes, beautiful. I am held. I am safe. What else? What do you think you're thinking when you're buying things? When you're paying your team? When you're signing up to a course? Are the thoughts that you're thinking when you sign up to a course, oh my God, this is the last of my money and I'm never going to have money again? Is that a vibrational match? Because what you're going to feel there is scarcity and anxiety and fear, and you're going to go straight into survival mode. Right? So that's actually not in alignment to the 100K in savings. My possibilities are endless. I love being generous. Generosity it's such a super attractor. It's literally such a super attractor. Yes, I am worthy of this growth. Beautiful, beautiful. So all of these kind of thoughts, and what I want you to be really aware of is when we're working with alignment, we're working for thoughts from the goal. And very often we get into confusion and we start thinking to the goal. So as we're doing this quantum leap, we really want to be embodying, how do I feel in the goal, right? And actually you guys have nailed it with those, right? But in the goal, you're thinking of thoughts of already having. Now, loads of you guys have really been throwing in those beautiful feelings, right? Feeling is frequency. What's the frequency that you're going to be vibrating in with 100K or wealth beyond your wildest dreams in your bank account? What is that frequency? And you guys nailed it. Safety. Safety. What else? What other feelings? What else would you feel with that situation? You're in it. And we're going to anchor this into our body afterwards. What is the feeling? Safety. What else? Do you know what? I'm going to throw this in. Because this doesn't very often come up. I'm going to throw in one that I experienced, which was really interesting. Yeah, we've got excitement. I get to have and share this wealth with others that I love. Yes, assurance, confidence, ease, excitement, playfulness. When I started feeling safe with money, I started experiencing a new level of playfulness that I hadn't experienced before. And that was really, really interesting. So for me, playfulness is something that I like to anchor in at a frequency level. Do you know what else has super, super, super helped me with manifestation and a level of feeling? Certainty. Certainty. Can I be in the frequency of certainty? Faith, trust, patience, joy, right? And then the next question is, if I'm having all of these thoughts about money, and I'm having all of these feelings in this situation, what are my doings? And this is really, really interesting because I've actually used this to build my business. Like I actually start my mornings, thoughts, feelings, doings. And I ask myself, right, what would I be doing from the goal, right? And sometimes it's things that you don't expect. Sometimes it's rest. Sometimes it's, for me, sometimes it's like what really gets me the frequency of wealth is decorating my house. Because for me, oh, this is a good one. For me, the feeling of beauty, like beauty for me, it's just like it really, I can't even put it into words because it's such a big feeling. And the more that I'm anchored into beauty, the more easily things create through me. So sometimes the doing from the thought, the feeling is redecorating my room. Sometimes it's going on holiday. Sometimes it's investing in that course. Sometimes it's doing a talk, right? So let's say my goal is to have a global message. This was one that I saw in the chat. My message to reach millions. What is the doing that comes from that goal? Fucking speaking all the time. Right? Like the version of you that's a match to that end point speaks all the time. So many people are waiting to have the thing to do the thing, right? Oh, when I have a global audience, I will start speaking. But actually we have to think, feel, and do now, right? So if we've got a message to get out there, we start speaking today because that's being the embodiment of your dream, right? What other goals did we have so I can really land this for you? So we've got as a goal here, showing up authentically. So if that's a goal to show up authentically, what are the thoughts that are in coherence with that? The thoughts that are in coherence with that are, I love myself regardless what people think. What are the actions that are in coherence with that? And I shared this with you guys yesterday. Yesterday I got a long message forwarded to me from my team about someone that really didn't like my money work. I feel like I do love myself authentically, even though this has been a real difficult journey for me. It's been really a sticky one to move through. So what was my doing that was in coherence with that? I received that message and I smiled and I held myself and I'm like, it's okay that hurts. But we're not going to stop. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep showing ourselves, right? So this is my invitation for you guys. For the next 30 days, get a goal. And then get clear. What are the thoughts, the feelings, and the actions? What ones of those help me anchor into this most, right? Now, some of you guys are going to connect to this really, really well through journaling, and you're going to get super duper clear. I love meditations where I can just feel it, feel the dream, and I feel wealth in my body, right? And I really ask myself as I go towards millions, what does millions feel now? And what I want you to get from this, especially with finances, so many of us are waiting to have a set amount in our bank account, to have set external circumstance to feel a thing. But here's how you have the instant manifestation. It's the realization that you can feel that now, and it's actually the feeling of it that will attract the thing to you. And this is the final piece that I'm going to say to this before we close our eyes and we get this in our bodies, okay? I'm sure some of you have heard of be, do, have. This is this premise, what I've just gone through you. We become the being of that which we desire. We become the being of the wealthy woman. We become the being of the confident, authentic woman. We do our doing from that state of being, okay? And that brings us the having. Be, do, have. Most people have got this the wrong way round. They think the having will lead to the being, and then they'll be brave enough to do the doing. But that's wrong. Be, do, have. The quickest way to manifest anything is embodying the being of what we desire. And doing our doing from that place to have the having. And sometimes that's where the illogical actioning comes through. Because you are being something that doesn't currently yet exist on the material plane. Right? You're doing the doing from a vibrational place instead of a physical place. I'm like, are you guys with me, or have I just like shot off? Are you guys with me? I'm just shot off, right? But that's the key. If you want exponential growth that doesn't make sense. So this is a question that I ask myself every day. And this keeps me grounded in my journey. What would the version of me in the goal, in the desire, in the dream, in the vision, right? Whatever word you want to use, what would they do in this situation, right? What would the version of me in the dream do if they received negative feedback? What would the version of me in the dream, in the goal do if they already had whatever amount in their account? And we start playing from that place. Okay, Natalie says, yes, thank you, Hannah. I'm going to do a YouTube live this evening. Amazing. I will always be speaking. Yes, you start speaking now. That, my loves, is literally how we bend time. So we're going to close our eyes and we're going to get this in our bodies. And I want to really, really invite you to do this. Not if you're driving, obviously. I feel the need to say that. Because it's so easy to just love the information, but let's feel it, okay? Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through your mouth. 2 more times. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through your mouth. Final time in your own rhythm. Returning to a natural breath. and just slowly feeling your body start to relax. Safety penetrating all of your cells. And in front of you, we are going to visualize a giant white staircase. And slowly visualizing yourself walking up the staircase, step by step. With each step, just feeling your body surrender slightly more. Softening with each movement into greater trust. Until there are only 3 more steps left. 3, 2, and 1. And you reach the top of the stairs and you see a great oak door in front of you. And you know when you open that door, you're going to step into a space and you're going to see you in the highest timeline right now available. And you're going to get to experience it from all levels so you can anchor it into this moment. And so on the count of 3, we open the door. 3, 2, 1. Opening the door and stepping into the room. And you look over and you see you. And you just start to take in the information. What's happening in this space? How is this version of you walking through the world? What beliefs and thoughts do they have? Trying not to control this experience, but just allowing whatever needs to drop in, drop in. What feelings can you feel? And slowly you start to walk towards this quantum twin, knowing that in any second that you are going to merge, connecting to their memories as well. In 3, in 2, and 1. And suddenly you feel all of this information being streamed into your being. You're suddenly hit with all of these memories that have taken you from where you are to where you're going. You're suddenly connected to this version of you's inner chatter and inner talk. You're aware of their habit patterns and their behaviors and what it feels like to be in their body. And you let out a great sigh of relief. And just holding space in your consciousness for any message that you need to know in this moment to drop in. Anything that you need to know right now. And as that information drops in, you start to walk back to the great oak door, into that large white staircase, knowing that the energetic imprint has been taken and made, and that you're bringing it with you. Leaving that door open to that highest timeline available, and walking down the great stairs, with each step returning slightly more to your present moment. 3, 2, and 1. Coming back into your body, giving yourself a big squeeze, a big kiss, and thanking yourself for making time for you, to committing to your journey and your vision and your dreams. And then just throwing one word in the chat of how you feel. Motivated, calm, yeah, beautiful. And what a really beautiful exercise to do when we are feeling disconnected and we feel fearful, to go back to this place and start creating that emotional reality again. I feel emotional. That was beautiful. Thank you, Hannah. You're so welcome, darling. Thank yourself for showing up. Grateful to you and me for doing this practice. Exactly, uplifting tarot. Okay, darlings, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to ground back into your body. Oh, Beachy Dream says inspired, yeah. And what I want you to realize and really take from this is all of that exists within you. I actually didn't do anything. And when we're willing to go inside, those states always exist. It's just those reminders, reinforming our system to go towards that point, right? Instead of towards our current line of destiny created by our current conditioning. And so for those of you that aren't interested in continuing and working with me, this is your moment to head off the live. I'm now going to speak to those of you that want to join in the next couple of days. I know we've got Karenina who's joining the certification. I'm sure she'll watch this live later because she watches everything. It's such an honor to have you on the cert and actually to meet you in person, because those that do the certification have the in-person training. I know we've got Sophie joining the School of IH. I know Michelle is also joining the certification. and those are the people that I know now. So if you do want to hear, even if you're joining or not, if you do want to hear more about the ways that you can work with me, now's a really great time to stay. And if you're not feeling called, feel free to head off and continue with your day. Jackie says, emotional, so beautiful. Yeah, my love. So I think I'm just going to keep this soft music as I share. It feels appropriate. There are 3 ways to continue your journey with me. One of the ways is the School of Integrative Healing. We're doing a special payment plan till Friday. I know lots of you are interested in that, where instead of paying 2,222 euros a month, you pay 1,500 for the 12 months. The School of Integrative Healing membership is it's evergreen, which means you can begin from this moment. And actually, if you are feeling called, I always recommend people to follow that current of energy. You're feeling it for a reason, you know. Creativity, quantum leaps happen through creative energy. When we have that feeling, it's learning to trust it and move with it. So the School of IH is a great way to do that. That's option 1. If you want to find out more of the specifics, you can drop me a message and I can send you our brochure that breaks everything down for you practically. I'm a big believer in feeling. I always trust my felt sensation, and I know lots of people that come to work with me do the same. We also have the certification program. The certification program is for those of you who want to become certified by the School of Integrative Healing. It's those of you that feel really called to the multiple modality approach that I teach and that all of my courses and trainings include. That includes a 3-day in-person training, which we will really dive deeper into healing modalities. You also have the choice to upgrade there, and the upgrade means that you do the Business Mastermind on top. The Business Mastermind will include an additional 3-day training, intensive, immersive into business. Those are for those of you that want to have an integrative healing business, or a slightly different business but want that business training too. In the Business Mastermind, we will also have monthly trainings around business and visibility and authenticity and money and wealth and all of the things that people don't tell you before you begin. And then we have the final package, which is the 1-to-1. I really do only take very few people. I'm a projector, which means I really respect my energy levels. I'm also a 2-line, so I'm very aware of that. For those of you guys that know about human design, I have 1 to 2 spots left. The person that does sign up for the 1-to-1 package will get a private retreat, and actually I'll open my home to you for 3 days, which is really special and intimate for me, right? So that's got to be the right person. If you are feeling called to that option, that is actually just dropping me a message. There's no link to just buy, because I do think we have to make a really solid, empowered decision from both ends, and I truly believe in that. Actually not pushing or forcing people into purchase, but everyone feeling empowered so that it is a powerful, right decision for you. Tiny bit on decision making. When we make a choice, we decide that it's the right choice, right? Big part of this work, big part of becoming the version of us that's a match for our future dreams, is learning to become powerful decision makers, and this includes backing ourselves when we make choices. So those are your options. For those of you guys that join the certification or you pay in full for the School of IH, you will get my short course, Awakening the Wild Woman, for free, as well as my book, Healthy Wealth, for free, which you can start implementing now. It's got loads of more tools and trips to really kind of tap into. Payment plans are available for everything. I ask you to get in touch from today to tomorrow, because it is my birthday weekend this weekend, and I'm going to disconnect and be with my family. Tuesday is my birthday. Monday I'll be working. Tuesday I will be on a beach with my tits out, And then I do want to go to Mallorca. My team are here to onboard you. But if you do want to have a chat with me, now really is the time, because I'm just going to be a bit more disconnected to enjoy my 30th, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure hopping on here with you guys this week. I hope you've taken something that impacts your life, regardless if you feel called to work with me or not. I hope that my work touches you in your life and your soul, and we'll be connecting in some way. And I'm sending you all so much love. It's been so beautiful, and thank you for listening to me share on this. And I also am just overjoyed every time I see my nails. I'm like, this is so much colour. This is so exciting. Isn't that great? And I'll start welcoming all the gorgeous new humans that are joining this week too. Wishing you a lovely day. Birthday, Hannah. Thank you. I'm so excited. And I hope you all have wonderful end of weeks and weekends.